to Run With It, a show on running, fitness, and health. On this episode, we have a race report on the first half marathon, plus an interview with the international recording artist Bif Naked. She's back on the show to talk about her Sun1 training along with her training partners, Mindy and Mina. Plus, we have a segment on the Firmer Energy Wear fashion show that I was happy to be part of. Plus, we have our Facebook contest and our run event calendar, so stay tuned for that. With me in the studio are two special guests, Dylan Wakes, Canadian Olympic marathoner, who has run the second fastest Canadian marathon ever and has represented Canada at the London Olympics and IAAF World Championships. Also here today is Jerry Kroll, president of Extend Sport Management Incorporated, an international sports marketing and management company in Vancouver. They are here to talk about the North Star Project, an organic sports nutrition company based in Vancouver that is pushing awareness of a National Olympic Marathon funding campaign. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
So Jerry, what is the North Star Project and when was it launched?
Well, it came through the convergence of two thoughts. One is, these amazing athletes are incredibly underpaid. They're representing the country. Everybody focuses on them for one day, yet they toil in obscurity, training and training like crazy for the one shining moment where they can represent their country. And we really need to get them more capital so they can do what they need to do to represent us as best they can. And instead of asking for money from donors or the government, we said, what if we could come up with a product that could actually generate money for these athletes and for others to follow behind them? And what if instead of everybody who's working out drinking a regular GMO drink with colors in it, what if we came up with an organic drink for the millions of people who want to be healthy? We put those together and we came up with the North Star organic sports drink that people can buy, stay healthy, and support Canadian Olympic marathoners at the same time. It's perfect.
So this is for marathoners, correct? This funding?
The funding is for Dylan and his training partner, Rob Watson. And the drink is limited to only people who drink. Okay. So anybody who drinks and wants to hydrate, whether you're doing yoga, walking, running, or just staying at home and you want to hydrate, it's a fantastic tasting drink that's actually good for you.
And Dylan, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great product, and it's a great product, and the project itself to be involved in this is awesome because, you know, like Jerry said, you don't want to just go out and ask people for handouts and charity. It's nice to have a fundraising campaign where there's a great product behind it.
And this is the road, the Journey to Rio 2016. That's
right. The marathon, I believe, is August 20th of 2016. So that'll be exciting.
And how is the North Star Project going so far?
It's going fantastic. We've had some incredible uptake, not only from the fans that know who Rob and Dylan are and moving things forward, but the sports stores, the running stores that we all know, that right across the country are saying, here's a chance for them to put something on the shelf and to promote it that's actually giving back to runners at a high level and also giving back to runners on a regular level. We've probably got some major news coming out in the next few weeks about a very big, high-profile marketing event that's coming up, so we're looking forward to doing that. And we look forward to continuing to increase the sales of this product up until the 26 Rio Olympics.
Dylan, how are you promoting it?
Yeah, just through my fan base, you know, through Twitter and Facebook and on my website, and just through the running community, you know, contacts that we have in my hometown in Kingston, Ontario. There's a lot of supportive people there, so getting the word out and hopefully through word of mouth, and then all the big corporate contacts that Jerry and his people have, we can make it grow.
And you need this project, right? You need this because the Canadian government doesn't really, you know, they can't really support too much. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, marathon runners are under the umbrella of track and field in terms of government support, and they support about 50 people over all of the events, male and female. So from, you know, the triple jump to the marathon to the 100-meter sprint, they're only supporting 50 people across the country approximately each year. And so it's hard. That money is spread pretty thin, so it's tough to make ends meet.
And I understand former Olympian Graham Fell is on board. He's very supportive.
Oh yeah. Again, you've got the proud history of running in Canada for decades, and people like Graham coming on board, connecting us up with the people and the companies that can make this happen. It really is wonderful to see everybody jumping on board, asking for North Star when it's on the shelf, demanding North Star be carried of stores when it's not on the shelf for companies that might not have heard it yet. And we're hoping to get it into regular grocery stores, organic food stores as well, so that people who are tired of drinking bright blue and bright red and bright green drinks realize, hey, maybe that's not the healthiest thing to drink. This is no colors, totally organic, and the really fast guys drink it too, so you can't go wrong.
And so 10% goes to every product you sell, goes
right off the top.
Right off the top, okay.
The minute that it's made, bang, the money goes to these guys. They use it for running shoes and...
yeah, anything you can imagine, just to go to training camps, pay for flights and hotels to go to races, all of that sort of stuff. That's where we're putting this money in to help us get to that next level, to hopefully get to the Olympics in Rio.
And Dylan, now, I understand you work 40-hour week, right? And you also, you know, train at a high-performance level. I mean, you could have used this, right?
For sure, yeah. So I've cut back on the work to focus on my training, because that's kind of what we need to do in this day and age to get to the level where we're competing with the best in the world. Is focus is on training kind of a lot of the day. So a product like this is great. I take it every day during my training, and it helps keep me going.
What's next for you, Dylan?
Next up, in the most recent future, we've got the first half marathon here in Vancouver.
And this will be here, this product?
On February 15th. I'll be taking some sips of that product before and after the run, and then later on in April, I'm going to be running the Boston Marathon.
Wow. And this is your first Boston?
It's going to be my first time running Boston, believe it or not, so I'm really excited about that.
That's great.
I'll tell them all about it because I've done it 5 times.
You have?
Nobody remembers that because I'm like way back there, so I'm sure the cameras will follow Dylan more than they've ever followed me trudging along. But it's an epic event. I'm excited that Dylan's going to be doing Boston, and I know that all the runners in Canada are looking forward to that as well.
Yes, and you know, Boston is such a great event, and what do you expect to do?
Yeah, I mean, my goal, the conservative goal, would be to be top 10 in the field. So that's where I'm starting from, and hopefully, if I have a really good day, I can do even better. It's hard to say when you get in the marathon, you never know. But if you're well prepared, hopefully, I can have a really good one.
Yes. So you're hoping to beat Jerome Drayton's record?
That's right. Yes.
And this is the year.
This record has stood for almost 40 years, I believe. Jerome Drayton set the record 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 9 seconds. And that was long-standing. My best is 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 47 seconds. So I'm close. So yeah, hopefully in the next few years we get to the point where I can get that record.
That's great.
If you get up a little earlier in the morning, maybe you can do that, right? Just a little, like 5 minutes earlier in the morning, you can do it.
Well, it's funny when you tell lay people who aren't familiar with the marathon, oh, I've got to chop off 40 seconds. They're like, oh, it should be no problem in a 2-hour race, but it's every second counts when it's at our level, and that's over a second per mile or around a second per kilometer, and that's tough to eke that out. So hopefully, with more training and more support, it can happen.
It will happen. And
it's broadcast live on TV, so anybody who sees this show can tune in for the Boston Marathon. It happens really early in the morning on West Coast time, and watch Dylan do battle with the best in the world. It's the Indy 500 of racing.
It really is. It's the biggest marathon in the world, and it's the one that everyone's heard of. I've even had people question whether I'd ever be able to run the Boston Marathon, even though I've been to the Olympics. So it is everyone's Olympics. That it's got that appeal that it's such a big event.
And Jerry, you ran the Boston, right? the Boston Marathon?
Yes, I've done it. I did it the 5th time this past year. I went back because of the tragedy that happened in 2013. Yes. Everybody was talking about going back, and it was a huge crowd. Normally there's that one place at Wellesley where the college girls are screaming, and they just go insane. In 2014, there was a dozen places along the way that were just as bonkers as you were running through. It literally made your skin tingle as you went through. It was absolutely amazing. Everybody goes there. Anybody who has qualified, and you do need to qualify to run it with a very good time, really understands the marathon once you've done Boston in qualifying and all that. And to be in the Boston Marathon is fantastic. To say that your conservative goal is top 10, if I spoke those words, I would get beat up by the people I run with, like, shut up, what are you doing, right? But this guy can actually back it up. So I'm excited to watch that show, and I look forward to seeing him when he gets back.
Yes, for sure. But you'll be there, right, as you said?
Absolutely, yeah.
Jerry, I mean, you take the North Star, I mean, you drank this as well, right? And this is for everybody, the drink.
Yeah, it's a low glycemic product. So whereas you've got the GMO-laced high fructose corn syrups, that's like throwing gas on a fire. It's gone, that's it. That's what you've got, this big spike and then a crash. By using the low glycemic index agave sugar combined with dehydrated organic coconut water powder, what you're doing is like putting logs on a fire. You're building the fire stronger and stronger, so you've got the duration of intensity that you can carry through an event like the marathon or soccer or swimming or cycling. This is the best product, certified organic.
So whether it'll make you run faster, it'll make you play hockey better,
and feel better,
so.
And feel better. You can do all those things and at the same time go, wow, I just had the best time of my life. This felt great, as opposed to, I just finished that, I feel like a bag of dirt. Nobody wants that. That's what you get from all organic food, and particularly high-performance organic food.
And just to recap, so it's pre and during that you would drink this?
Yep, 30 to 60 minutes before, and then during. And then afterwards, you usually get a thing of protein, like an organic chocolate milk or something like that. That's the perfect balance of nutrition that you want for any kind of an activity. Again, hockey, soccer, or marathon running.
So
Dylan, let's talk about your trophy.
Yeah, so I brought in a trophy today from the California International Marathon in 2010. I won that race, and it's probably one of the few running trophies that I actually have. Mostly we get medals, which are cool, but to have a trophy is awesome. So I keep that one in the house. I had to dig it out of the closet, but I know it's back there, and that was yeah, that was kind of one of my greatest races that I've run to this point. So pretty proud of that one.
Yes. So it's important not only to train smart, but to fuel your body, right? I mean, following a healthy lifestyle, and this is a great way to, like we talked about, pre and during workout, right? And
yep, you want to sleep well. You want to analyze your lifestyle for stress. You want to eat the proper foods that you're eating. You check all those boxes. If you're doing everything right, but you smoke, well, you could probably improve something. Yeah. If you're staying out too late or not getting enough sleep, well, there's another thing that's going to maybe not slow you down, but really affect your enjoyability, that level that you have for anything that you're doing. So you check all those things. Something really easy to do, instead of grabbing that bright orange sports drink, get something that actually makes sense. That's like the difference between eating like Wonder Bread, highly processed bread, or 12-grain organic. It's a no-brainer. That's what you want to do, much like quitting smoking or anything like that. These are things that you can check out. And the availability of high-quality products for people who really understand that, like ourselves, and say, you know, I'm going to eat non-processed foods. That just makes sense. The availability now, fresh, good stuff, it's everywhere. There's no excuse. It's at your arm's length anytime you want it.
Yes, and also training smartly, taking baby steps, at following a proper running program. And now you train twice a day, right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm training twice a day. Up to 120 miles each week, and so yeah, it's really important to fuel your body properly. I like to think of it in terms of, if you're driving a sports car, you want to put in the best fuel possible. So when you think of your body as the sports car with running, and you got to get in the good products like the North Star Endurance.
Yeah, the fuel, and you also want to check the tires, you make sure the oil is there, all the other maintenance things. So it's not just one thing, it's the whole thing. You've got to look at everything that you're doing, say maybe cut back a bit on coffee, maybe go a little bit more on the green teas, things like that. Look at everything, and also talk to your contemporaries, the people that you're running with at any level. odds are somebody, even the people way behind you, are doing something that you can learn from them, where they're not looking at their iPad just before they go to bed. They're saying, I don't want to do that because that keeps me awake. I don't sleep as well. Little things like that can make a massive difference when you're trying to catch this guy on a train.
Well, good luck to you in Boston.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you both for coming on the show, and best of luck with the North Star project.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. In our next segment, we're in conversation with Bif Naked, who talks about her training for the upcoming Sun Run, along with her training partners, Mindy and Nina. Bif, tell us about your Sun Run training.
Well, you know, I've never done the Sun Run ever before, and if it were not for my friends doing the Sun Run, I probably wouldn't think about doing it. But like we were saying, it's very fun, it's family oriented, it kind of gives me a real sense of community. So I started meeting them at the gym, at our local gym, 3 mornings a week, because they were already going. And I've never been a runner before, but started walking when I was in Paris, and started trying to run, and then walking, and then run a little bit, and then walk a little bit, and just trying to increase my time running versus my time walking. And I'm still trying to do that and navigate it. Some of us on our team are going to walk, and some of us are going to run.
And well, how is the training going then?
It's really super fun. Just when you think that you can't do something, you surprise yourself. And I think that most people don't try running out of fear, or they self-identify by making the statement like, I'm not a runner, and so then they don't try. But if you just keep at it, I think that people will discover what they're capable of and really feel good about it and really enjoy it.
And it's a 10K event.
Yes, it's 10K. You can walk it or you can run it.
And so when did the 3 of you decide that, hey, we're going to do the Sun Run?
It was actually Mindy who decided that we were going to do the Sun Run, and I think that it was coming up in April, and we looked at the calendar, and we all just kind of collectively said, yeah, that's a great idea. So we registered and signed up.
That's good. And
yeah.
How is your diet? Are you eating more? Is you training more? How does?
I'm always hungry. And so I started trying to make the perfect, it actually was quite an accident. I started trying to make the perfect Persian rice. When I was in France, tried to make this tadik, and as a result, my poor boyfriend has been my cooking guinea pig, and I've been shoving rice into him and myself. So I add rice to everything, my salads and everything, a lot more chickpeas, more bananas, and I think that it is helping a lot. I put on a lot of muscle, and I like it very much, and I've gotten more into the weights as a result.
Yeah, so you're following the Sun Run training program, and you're also going to the gym. And
absolutely, and it's just, it kind of becomes a lifestyle, and those are habits that people implement because they've got a goal ahead of them, but the next thing you know, it starts becoming a lifestyle that they consistently keep up over years, and then they do it again the following year. So it's really cool. I think it's positive for people.
And it's good that you're doing it as a group, right? Because you encourage each other and you're motivating. And
oh, absolutely. And they are my inspiration, believe me. And it makes you accountable to the other person, so that does get you there consistently. You won't miss a workout.
When did you decide you wanted to run the Sun Run?
I think that was a couple months back. We just kind of said, okay, let's do this. We all got together and yeah, just started training for it, I guess.
I think we were at Bif's house actually, and we started talking about running and working out and what our plans have been. And I think that's when it came up because of the date, like Mindy said, and then we all kind of agreed upon it.
Yeah.
And this will be your first one?
First one ever.
And so how is the training going so far?
I love it. I get on there and I just go away. And the next thing I know, I've been on there running for, 50 minutes, 55 minutes. I'm going, ooh, how'd that happen?
and so and it's, you're doing weight training, and you're going to be running and walking.
Well, I'm doing the walking.
You're doing the walk?
Yes, and I'm trying to build up my endurance, plus I do calisthenics as well.
Wow.
And Mindy's been doing her running, and I'll let you continue.
Yeah, and Bif's been putting me through some weight training, as now she's my personal trainer.
And dear friend.
And dear friend, and kicking me in the butt, and it's wonderful.
And so far so good. And how's the eating habits going?
Well, about a year, well, about a year and a few months back, we ended our year of beer, and we're very overweight, and just said, no, we can't keep doing this. So
and we were living sedentary lifestyles too.
Right.
We weren't active with anything. We just were not living right, and consequently, my health was really affected by it.
Yeah.
So we both decided collectively, and I'm very fortunate that Mindy's my partner, and she did it with me, because I don't think I would have been able to do it on my own. But we just changed everything around. We just started eating properly. We don't eat, the only proteins we have, I shouldn't say we don't eat red meat, and we don't eat poultry anymore. So it's mostly vegetarian.
Yeah.
I guess we're pescatarians actually.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you know, you're motivating each other, and it's a life change, right?
Totally.
So how do you feel?
I feel amazing. I lost over 50 pounds in 15
awesome.
months, and I haven't felt this good in so many years I can't even begin to imagine. It's just an amazing transformation that we've all made collectively, and you know, all of us together. Like Bif said before, you're all accountable to each other. You know, so if I don't go, I feel badly if I can't make it one day, and if Mindy, whatever. But we're usually there together all the time, and it's just a great experience.
And are you recording it? Are you recording a logbook?
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
Yes, we do. We keep track of all our activities, even as far as like vacuuming for me, because I'm a little bit older, right? So any activity for me, walking the dog or anything, I make sure I account for that, just like I account for our food too. And that's the most important thing, is to be accountable for what you're eating and what you're doing. You have to be accountable for your life.
Right. And what is your goal in the Sun Run?
I want to run it.
I'm going to walk it. I want to walk in less than an hour and 40 minutes. That's my goal.
And you'll get there.
Yeah.
Congratulations for the training.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Right on.
And now it's time for our Facebook contest. To enter, simply go to our Facebook page you see on the screen. The question is, who holds the Canadian men's marathon record?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
About the event.
It started back in 1989 as just a very small club event, 200 or 300 runners, and it's built up from there over the years. We've increased the size of the field, we've changed location slightly, and the field's built up now to over 2,000 runners.
2,000 runners. And why is this race so popular? Why does it fill up so quickly?
There's several different theories. I think a lot of it is it's one of the first races of the season. We've got a fantastic course. It's very flat. It's very scenic going around the seawall. We have extraordinary good luck with the weather. Every year we seem to luck out no matter what it's doing each side of it. Last year on the dot, as soon as the last runner crossed, it started raining. So I think hopefully it's a very well organised race is the other benefit that I think a lot of people enjoy.
And this event attracts all levels of abilities.
Absolutely. We've got Dylan Weeks, the Canadian Olympian. We've got some fantastic women. We've got the 100k world champion, Ellie Greenwood, near the front of the line. And we have many other spectacular women in front too. But we've also got a huge amount of packers, just mid-pack runners that are out for the run. And we've got BJ McHugh out there today, world record holder of every title. And so, yeah, I think it's something for everybody, I think we try and offer.
So David, not to avoid disappointment, and you want to run this event, when should you register?
When you wake up on registration day we're very, very fortunate. Over the years, as soon as we switched to online registration, we found we were selling out on the day of opening. And generally, this year we were slightly over a day, but it's generally we're very fortunate the community supports us because I think we support charity and the local community. And so, yeah, if you're guaranteed an entry, it's sort of pretty early on registration days to get in there.
Right, and this event is a good prep for the VMO Vancouver Marathon, Boston.
That's it. A lot of people use it for the Boston prep. The race historically started as a prep for the Vancouver International Marathon. The club said we would organise a first half and then a second half closer to the event. The amount of work involved in organising the first half meant the second half never quite got there. But we've been doing this, so we've stuck with the first half. So yeah, people use this for Boston and not even the marathons. There's the April Fools, there's a lot of other half marathons locally that they train for as well, and it's a good prep for all of them.
Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you very much.
How did you feel out there?
I felt okay. My body maybe wasn't quite as ready for the race as I thought it would be, but I held on okay, so it was an okay day.
I mean, you're in the lead, but is it sometimes hard to pace yourself? Like, you run so hard and you're in the lead.
Yeah, it's hard to stay focused sometimes out there when you're out in front. It can be a mental battle as well as physical, so you just got to tell yourself to keep pushing and be motivated to run a fast time.
Conditions were excellent.
Perfect day. I mean, look at this. It's February. This is amazing. Yeah, I can't complain at all about the weather. It's great.
So you're running Boston, right? So this was a good prep run for you.
Yeah, this was good training for Boston, and it's a great race. I was glad I could fit it into my schedule. The race organizers here are awesome, and it's just a fun event to be involved in. So I was glad I could make it work.
Dylan, what motivates you?
I think it's just trying to be the best I can be and beat my previous times. It's the great thing about running is no matter what level you're at, you can compete against yourself. So you just try and improve on what you've done in the past, and I think that's hugely motivating for me, and I think it can be for anyone.
You are an online coach.
That's right. Yeah, I have a coaching program, Mile to Marathon, it's called, and you can look us up, miletomarathon.com, and it's I just try and help runners to improve and do their best and live a healthy lifestyle and just get that passion and love for running that I have.
You certainly have that. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Energy wear it's active wear, but it's a line of clothing that I wanted to connect health and fashion. Now technology has given us a gift. It's called smart technology fibers, and that's what Firma is made of. Firma is made of a fabric that has active biocrystals actually embedded in the fabric. You can't wash it out, you can't wear it out. It's amazing how we now can wear and make and design clothing that is so healthy for you. This line is a healing line. We like to call it fashionable healing. So anytime you can wear something that's increasing your circulation all day, it's going to be very healing. It's somewhat new for men to start to wear compression wear, but it's becoming quite popular. But also it helps so much with joint pain issues, and many athletes have issues with joints. We open the Inn for Women. It's called N-I-N-N for Women. It's actually right across the street from my store. And it's a wonderful store where all the clothing, accessories, everything is donated. It's wonderful. And volunteers. So everything that gets sold, the monies that come in, the clothes are donated, it all helps. It all goes to our school and to the homes for our girls. And that's what I love doing. I try to keep a very good balance. And I found that balance for me keeps me very healthy. It's all about comfort and health, and that's what we're about.
our run event calendar for next month. Thanks for watching. Until next time, run with it.